You're gonna have to fight your way out of this one. Good luck.
How's it going, everyone? Today is my first impressions of Heartshot VR that just released on Steam. This game is made by, I believe, 2 people over the last 2 years, and it's a mixed bag. I've been looking forward to this for such a long time because I love the retro art style they've gone for. It's a full-on action FPS single-player campaign, which is something I've been wanting for a very long time. There are some issues, as you would expect from early access. Some of them are a little bit unforgivable because basically you can't actually finish the game at the moment. You just fall through the world at the end. Your hands are a bit too big. They don't really move very much either. They're quite static. The gun angles are off, like the axis on which they sit doesn't feel quite right. But apart from that, for the £12 that they wanted for this game, which I think would be like $15, $16 for the rest of you, what you're going to get is an insight into what I believe will be an excellent game. It's already a good game, but I believe it's going to be an excellent game. The music is fantastic, the spatial audio is brilliant, the weapons are cool, and the magnetic gloves that you use to basically get around puzzles or pick up ammo, take guns off enemy guards, it's just brilliant. Like, I think the game has got so much premise, and towards the end of the game, and this is chapter 1, so towards the end of the game you start thinking, yeah, like, you know when you watch a really good TV show, you start thinking, actually, I'm very much looking forward to chapter 2 as the story unfolds. Now, the game's only around 90 minutes long, it's only short, but if you've ever wanted to, like, invest in the future or something, I think Heartshot is one of those games. Admittedly, the trailer does look a lot more slick than what you're going to experience when you play it yourself. Certain things just glitch out, unfortunately. If you don't grip a gun properly, they're going to fly across the room. And overall, it can feel a little janky. But when it all comes together, when it all works properly, as they want it to, that's the bit you're investing in. The glimpse of, oh, this game's going to be so good, especially if you're a fan of Metal Gear Solid as well, because that's what this game looks like. It looks like a first-person Metal Gear Solid game. Even the guards sound like they're from Metal Gear Solid. And there's also some really cool, like, back and forth between the comms of whatever company you work for, you know, that sometimes they leave the mic off mute by accident, and they're talking about what they're eating for lunch and stuff. There's just so much here that I think is really, really cool. So yeah, I just want you to know that when you go into this game, understand that you're investing in a future project. It's kind of like, for me, Kickstarter. You know, you're actually buying a game and you can play it today. It's not something you're going to get down the road. And it's like, I don't know, 70% there. You know, it is early access, obviously, as I said, but it still needs some work, and I'm sure they're aware of it. But if you can get through some of those issues, I think this game's got a lot of promise.